What is going on? Happy Friday to everybody watching. I know, I'm thinking the same thing. Where's Molly Sleuth? Well, it's your host, Randy Agard. She did me a great favor and she's letting me ride on my own. So, well, I'm not riding on my own, I'll be with you guys. Again, I'm Randy Agard, ex LAPD officer, former Marine, also ex convict, and I'm living in California. So today's show is going to be about the state of this union, and I hope you guys will ride with me for the next however long we're on here. Anyways, what are we gonna intro on? I'm originally from New York. I live in California. Worked LAPD for 10 years from 2005 to 2015ish, and just been watching how things have been going with the country. So it's 2026. A few weeks ago, we had this fire in Ontario. This guy decided to burn down the factory, and I was reading the comments on what he had done, and it was insane. Like, people were cheering him on. We're not getting paid enough, and I get that. And they were saying fair wage and living wage, a term that I hate. It's a starting wage or a beginning wage, or but I do believe in a fair wage. Pay me what I'm worth. You're paying that person for a service. Anyways, moving on. Everyone was like, yeah, he's a hero. Well, your feelings above the fact that 37,999 people now get $0. So they went from getting whatever they were getting paid to nothing. So that guy's feelings matters more than these people's livelihoods. And that's what the show's kind of going to be about today. It's going to be about Annie versus the US 80. So we're going to start with Annie first. I was a Marine, so we love acronyms. I think that's what you call them, acronyms. So Annie is ANIIEE. The A is for agenda. If you ever notice with these people, they present a solution, and the solution is a counterfeit. It's their agenda. So, we're going to build a high-speed rail. We're going to build a high-speed rail, and they're not really building a high-speed rail. They just want all the money from that. We're going to help the homeless. The homeless situation has gotten worse. So at the end of the day, the agenda is we're going to get this money, we're going to take control, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. The solution would be whatever the cause of the problem with the homelessness is, or the getting this high-speed rail going. And it's for narrative. Narrative is the counterfeit of the truth. And I might have said the agenda part wrong as far as which one was the counterfeit. So the narrative is whatever they say that thing is. The biggest problem in America is whatever they say the biggest problem. That's not the biggest problem in America. It's actually these a-holes. They're the biggest problem in America. So that's their narrative, and then the truth is the truth. 1 + 1 is 2. Keep it simple. Identity. I don't care if you can fly the plane. I don't care if you can do my plumbing or fix my car. I care that there's enough Alaskan Mormons in the flight crew that's going to handle the job. That's what gets me excited. I don't care if the plane crashes. We had 9 Mormon Alaskans flying. Isn't that exciting? No. Getting me from A to B, that's exciting. What else? Identity. Ideology. Ideology is one of the worst ones. Ideology is one of the worst ones because they will sacrifice all of us, get us all killed, because they care more about their ideology than anything. So let's just take open borders. Borders are imaginary lines on piece of paper. Wrong answer. Everything has borders, boundaries, and barriers. Everything, from your heart to your lungs to the skin on your body. I end where my skin begins, or whatever. And everyone knows about being violated or trespassed against. It's somebody coming in and going against what you have going on. So I have a fence around my house. I have doors and I have a wall. We collectively have said, we're going to have this country, and here's our laws, and here's what we believe in. And there's countries that don't believe the same things. They believe, oh, there's these female journalists, and they're making way too much noise, so we're going to put them in vats of acid, and that's what we're going to do. Cool, you stay on your side, and you do that. That's what you're going to do. And I know people will make the excuse of, well, America also has criminals. So your answer is, because there's 100 guys killing people, 12 more is not a big deal. What's 112 when we already have? Anyways, I'm going to keep going. So ideology. And there's ideologies that are just not compatible with the way America conducts itself. Ego. I'm right, you're wrong. Ego. I'll just leave ego to what it is. And then emotions. Here's how I feel about that. Me feeling about it doesn't make me right. It just makes me, that's just how I feel about it. And I think Circle of One said something pretty good. How you doing, Circle of One? Europe, and I might be using these wrong. Europe, the UK, I'm using them interchangeably. I'm so glad she said that. Circle of One said that. I woke up in 2018, and one of the reasons I woke up, there was about 8 reasons I woke up. I was watching what was going on with the UK. They had these, when I say grape, you guys kind of know what I'm saying, because YouTube is sensitive about that word. They had these grape gangs going on because they said the people coming from this region, religion, and race, we don't want to seem like we're phobes, ists, or, you know, all the catchphrases. And they were graping these girls. A bunch of stuff horrible was happening to these girls. So they wouldn't enforce the law. They were handing out flyers telling young girls dressed differently. Oh, that's amazing victim blaming. Let's not go after the guys who are doing this horrible stuff to these girls. Let's focus on the girls. So one young lady, she, hey Pammy, what's going on? Thank you, Red Bike, for the cool shirt comment. So let's focus on the girls and let's ignore the men who are violating them, because we don't want to appear like we're not inclusive or we don't appreciate diversity. That goes into the Annie issue. Our agenda is, and this, when I say the agenda, please don't think I'm on the crazy conspiracy theorist stuff. It is a global agenda. They WEF and the world, all these people have said we want to have one world currency, and it's control and it's power and it's all like horrible stuff. So I've covered a bunch of this stuff as far as Annie's concerned. I'll go a little deeper, but who's the US 80? US 80 is all you guys watching. It's all the people that you see at the gas station, at your job. They're just normal, everyday citizens. So US 80 is, I call them dinner table people. How was your day at school? Lock the door. I'm going outside. I don't want to get robbed. I don't want to pay $18 for gas. That's the US 80. Just your normal, everyday, average. They're not Trumpers. They're not leftists. They're not, they're just Americans. Like US 80 is just Americans. And am I saying anything bad about the left or Trump? I'm just saying we want to watch a TV show where, oh, the good guy gets the bad guy. We don't want to hear whatever weird agenda you have going on. That's for you or whatever. So we're going to go over some of the weapons Annie used and when she really, you know what, I'm going to get the chat to help me a little bit. Like, when did you guys start noticing, when did you guys kind of start noticing Annie do its craziness? And one thing about this, the acronym I'm using, my mom's name is Annie, so love my mom. It has nothing to do with her. Just, it was the best way to put the word together. Circle of One said she noticed it the past 4 years. Let me see. Some people say 2008 when Obama came in. Some people say 2012. I've been watching older shows and I've been noticing some of the subtle, tiny little hints. So some of the weapons that Annie uses is definitely our institutions and our establishments. The only few establishments that really haven't been taken over is the US 80, that's We the People, local smaller government. Who else? Yeah, pretty much those two entities. Because even the church has gone kind of weirdo. They're like, oh, we don't want to get in trouble. We don't want to touch any hot button issues. Circle of One said they noticed it in 2020. Yeah, that you know what, you're correct. That's kind of when the floodgates started opening. Molly said she drank a margarita. Oh, also for Hope said 2014. Also, I'm just gonna call you Hope because I might be butchering your name. Hope. I started noticing 2015 that the powers that be kept connecting with evil. Like somebody did something bad, and they were considered the good guys, and somebody did something good, and they were the bad guys. I am man. Tom Cruise dance. So that's when I kind of started noticing we were getting a little insane. 2016, when Trump came in, they went full. He's horrible. Everything he's doing is bad. Is it bad? Is bad. I was even on that train. I was like, I hate this guy. I can't stand him. And then I was like, why is everything he do bad? No one is 1,000% bad or 100% good. And I was like, everything is bad with this guy. So I guess I'll segue into my wake up. What woke me up was I prayed to God. I said, God, show me the truth. And I got super, super drunk in Vegas. Couldn't move. I'm watching the news, and someone and I'm not going to say what channel or who the person was, but I consider that person super racist and that organization racist. And the guy he was going against was a person of color. And the person of color was talking complete bullcrap and nonsense. And I'm like, you're not saying anything that resonates with me. And the person who I was like, I was thinking something bad about you, but I actually agree with what you're saying. The person was saying, why are we lying about the border crisis? Why are you not coming here the correct way? Why is every other country taking their border serious and we're not? And I was like, makes sense. But I hadn't woken up. So it's maybe a few months later and I'm seeing Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens and they're trying to get into a restaurant and these white liberals are attacking them. And it just looked reminiscent of like the 1950s. And they're calling her a black bitch and I'm like, this is who I align with. This is whose side I'm on. Like we're calling sisters we don't agree with black bitch. Like what are we doing here? Like that's not what I represent. So we had that, and then we had I have cop friends, and they're telling me stories. This guy had just gotten a shooting. He's running away from the cops. He throws the gun, and the district attorney said, I'm dropping the charges. And they're like, can we at least give him a littering ticket for throwing the gun? And they were like, no, not even a littering ticket. And it's like, Randy, you got to make a choice. Like, who are you aligning with? So a wonderful older woman told me 3 words, and it completely changed me. They said, see for yourself. So that's when I went down the rabbit hole of investigating, and then everything was started getting super, super weird. And yep, Obama's second term did start getting weird. That's when they started bringing in a lot of the changes and a lot of the keywords. And I'm gonna tell you guys something a little weird. I did an undercover where I was on stage with, at that point, I think he was senator or congressman, whatever he was, Obama. And he was saying stuff, and I was kind of like, what's this guy saying? Because he was saying brown bullets and black bullets. And I'm like, he was in First AME Church. You can look it up in LA. And I was like, a lot of stuff this guy is saying is, I don't know. And fast forward, things just, it just kept it got worse and worse and worse. And you guys, if you can do me a favor, just watch TV shows and look at the date, like what year it came out, and you can kind of see where stuff was getting weird or it was getting strange. And yes, whoever said the left dropping the N bomb, I'm going to cover that too. Wow, I can't believe you said that. That was also part of my wake up. There's this white lady. She's standing in front of a black cop, and she calls him the N word. Larry Elder, he ran for governor or mayor or something. A white woman dressed as a gorilla. She had on a gorilla suit, threw a banana in him. Liberals and leftists just doing all kind of racist stuff, and no one says anything. No one's like, oh, maybe we should say something. Maybe shouldn't be calling people N-word. And to your point, they'll call a woman all kind of names. I hope you get horrible stuff. Or if you're here illegally, oh, they should deport you. Because if you don't agree with them, the full Klansman in them comes out and they get all kind of crazy. And it's just nuttiness. And you know what? I'm just gonna go off of. I'm gonna chat with the chat. So one of the things I've noticed is we have to start having a sense of decency. Like the USAID has to start being just. I'm gonna seek to understand why you're coming from where you're coming from, but you don't have to tolerate it. You don't have to say, I agree with the nonsense that you're coming with. You don't have to go along with whatever their agenda is or whatever they're trying to do. And I think the reason why there's such an attack on the West and America in particular is we are a country of truth. And I don't care what anybody says. Oh no, we're the corporations and the military and we're doing this country's bidding and all this other stuff. Tens of millions of people came here, be it illegal, because of what we represent. And even, again, I'm going to go over Hollywood again. So our movies are shown all over the world. Nobody's watching Iranian 5-0 or Afghanistan PD. They're watching our shows. And I'm talking to this English guy, and I'm like, how come you guys can do our accent and we can't do yours? And he said, we grew up watching your TV. We grew up over there watching the stuff that you guys put out. And it comes from a place, our stuff comes from a place of truth. You're the bad guy, I'm the good guy. I'm pushing justice, or whatever. Hero's journey. I've learned whatever lesson I had to learn. This is where I'm going. I take on the challenge. Here's my growth, whatever. These people with the agenda, or Annie, they don't know this stuff. Their stuff is, here's how I feel about it. I'm right, you're wrong. Here's my identity. This is the narrative, and here's the agenda. And then they just flow with that. And us, we believe in truth. Hey, that's not yours, don't steal it. Hey, you're hurting this person. Things of that nature. That's where we are. And it's super simple. They've overcomplicated everything. You'll hear them say all of these slogans, and then they just change their mind. Protect all women. Really, Biden? How about Tara Reid? How about your daughter? I say protect all women? Believe all women. Believe all women. But we're not going to believe them because they're going against the horrible stuff that you're trying to get accomplished. Agenda, again. So they're not more to the truth or principles or morality or anything like that. They're just, this is our agenda. This is our agenda. Control, take everything over, put everything together, and then have you locked down and making you have to get whatever they want you to get. And you guys all know what I'm talking about. What else? And again, I was saying about Hollywood. So Hollywood is one of the vehicles that they use to get this stuff done. And that's why you guys have been seeing the downfall of Hollywood. Anything infected with this virus or this thing crashes and burns because it's built on lies. It's not built on the truth. It's built on a narrative. And the narrative doesn't mean it's the truth. Yeah, so let's get some of these, a few of these chats. red bike. Was it Lando or Finn? You got to give me a little bit more. Oh, Finn actually has an English accent. Circle of One. Yeah, Hollywood has been imploding for years because they went from there's the hero's journey and the character arc and all of that good stuff. And if you notice, they've gone from that to identity politics. So I can't even enjoy a movie anymore. It's like I was watching The Walking Dead, and every time a new black person would come on to the show, I was like, oh, the other black person's gonna die because they just want diversity there. But so now that person's, and I'm like, am I watching a movie or am I watching the writer's beliefs? So the woke DEI garbage is being rejected across the board finally. So the thing with the I've had two questions concerning woke. Is woke the infection or was woke infected? So I'm gonna explain a little about woke. So to the best of my knowledge, there was these sundown towns. There was I think a jazz musician. He was driving through. He called like a local DJ. He said, "Hey, get home safe, stay woke." And it was seeing social injustices, and that's a positive thing. Nobody's against that. That's a positive thing. But we have to be honest and admit that corporations have taken over woke. And just because something is called something does not make that thing that thing. So, give you guys a quick little story. In LEPD, we have these things, we have cadets. They're like 15, 16. They come on, they learn how to be cops. They wear these little light blue uniforms. They help with reports at the front desk. Two of them stole a police cruiser. So they're driving around in a police cruiser. They have on a uniform. They're in a police car. Are they cops? No. No, they're not. They're not cops. Yeah, but they have on uniforms. So when somebody says woke, I'm awake to social injustices, cool. When somebody says woke and I'm trying to push big pharma on people, I'm trying to push identity politics, I'm trying to not get the best person for the job, I'm trying to get a quota covered, that's not going to work. And so Circle of One, how do I say this? They kind of know what they're doing. So the first two episodes, maybe three, they capture you, they bring you in, and then they start pushing whatever it is they really want to start pushing. And I'm for representation. Aliens was one of my favorite movies. This is a white woman with a bunch of Marines, and I think she was like a forklift operator on the, what do you call it? And one of my favorite movies. Because we are humans, we can identify with people on a human level. For them, they can identify with skin color. So they're like some weird hybrid of races. I have to see me on the screen for me to relate with Aliens. No, I think that's the second one, the sequel. Probably one of my favorite movies all time. Because I could relate to Sigourney Weaver. She was she had the loss of losing her child. She's trying to save her child. The queen alien was trying to save its broad, all of its babies and stuff. So they're going against each other. Also, Circle of One, I did not know that the hippie movement was hijacked by the feds. Circle of One, I think a lot of the stuff is, I really believe it's CIA, feds, and I believe a whole bunch of stuff. Big shout out to Ben, who's behind the scenes doing all this stuff. He and I were kind of talking. I think a lot of stuff is psyops. Now that I've watched, now that I know what I'm seeing, I can see it clearly. What's a few of the things? Watch commercials. How do they treat men? He's either a dummy or he's dangerous. Women can do no wrong unless, and then there's this whole hierarchy thing going on. Women can do no wrong unless, oh, she's this skin color, or she votes this way, or things of that nature. And they're terrorists, but all of them are white. It's like, I get the IRA, and you know what? Now looking at things, maybe they weren't the terrorists. Maybe it was they're fighting for their freedom, or or whatever. I don't even know. Hope, play on emotions 24/7. Back to Annie, emotions. So emotions is their truth. Like, I'm offended, so therefore I'm correct. What you said to me has me pissed off, so that means I'm right. You can save lives, and I consider you the bad guy because I feel bad that you put somebody in jail that was trying to shoot some people. So, Circle of One, I just read what you wrote. Exactly, exactly. And yeah, emotions override logical thinking. Like when you're super in your emotions, it's nearly a form of insanity. I was married. It was a while ago. We were having problems, and I could feel myself being crazy, and it was almost like I was outside of myself. And you guys can actually see it sometimes, like when they're talking to people on college campuses, when they're having these debates. You could kind of see the emotions kick in, and you can even see. And I got to give credit to Ben. He said you can kind of see it click. Something just clicks over, and it's like, whoa, you just stepped on whatever eggshell I have going on. And it might be akin to narcissism, and it might have something to do with. I have no idea. I just know that they feed us crap, and they feed us crap. So the only thing you consume more than food is content, and the only thing you consume more than content is air. So you're just watching and you're watching, and then your algorithm reinforces what you're watching. So then you have bias and you have all this other stuff. So there's people who are watching, oh, here's a video of white people messing with black people. Freaking white people, what's wrong with them? Here's a video of black people being criminals. Again, what's wrong with black people? I don't know what the problem is. But some of it is actually your algorithm. Some of it is, oh, this is what you like seeing? And it's not even you like seeing. You viewed it, and you viewed it for this amount of time. So we're going to send you some more. And we're going to send you some more. Circle of One, MK Ultra. I think so. I think something is going on because some of these shootings are just, something's off. You just went to work one day and you just decided, I'm going to just end these people. And again, it's that whole, like, it's never been on my mind to go to Walmart and do some insane stuff like that. Like, and at the end of the day, we have to remember this is a computer up here. You put in the right frequencies and the right coding and the right whatever. Again, how do I say it? I joined the Marine Corps. I was a cop. If you remember in the 80s, and yeah, I was an 80s kid. Well, maybe some of the women might not remember this, but I'm watching Transformers. I'm watching G.I. Joe. Wow, a kid's show where it's just a bunch of military people running around. How is that going to end? A bunch of cars and trucks turning into robots. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go do my part for the military. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that was the culture of the time. And it was just being reinforced, and it's being reinforced. And even Star Wars. Star Wars had space knights, and it had basically Nazis, and it affects you. It affects what you turn into. I'm actually scared of what these kids from, a few of you guys mentioned the 2020. I'm actually scared of what happens with the COVID kids. I'm going to get back online. I'm starting to confuse myself. So you have these kids that are being taught a certain culture. And that was the 80s and 90s, what we were being taught. And then you kind of go into this, they start pushing out the degeneracy stuff. And then if you guys kind of notice, it was a blandness. If you watch the show The Office, you actually can't tell what year each episode was shot in. And there's like no descriptor on these things. It's just, it's bland. Everything's interchangeable. We're just blank slates. What is there to this person? So they started doing that. And I think that's so they could do the whole reset thing. Circle of One, stop making me love you because, yep, I remember when they killed. Sorry guys, I really have to talk to G.I. Joe. So Circle of One, what you just mentioned is worse than what you said. So yeah, they killed Duke on G.I. Joe. Serpentor stabbed him with a. I think he stabbed him with like some snake spear. The only reason they said he went into a coma, Circle One, it's even worse. On Transformers, Optimus Prime got killed because they wanted to make room for new toys, and kids left the theaters crying, and they wrote letters, and that was the beginning of going viral. They were like, "I can't believe you killed our." It was insane. Like all of these toys, you woke up on Saturday morning watching all these cartoons. They're shooting at each other, and it's basically like wrestling with each other, and no one gets hurt. I go to the movies, and my favorite heroes are getting murdered, and I'm like, "Are you serious right now?" And I swear to God, I think that did Circle of Hope. I think that did something to us, at least males, just watching. Oh, your childhood heroes getting murdered. I think that was our deconstruction of characters. And then yeah, with Duke, he got stabbed, and they had to retcon it and rewrite it. And I think that's the same thing they're doing now. And I won't even call it woke. I think it's just, oh, Superman's weak and Batman is effeminate, and this hero that you're worshiping is and Homelander's Trump, and this person. It's like, and I want to say it was maybe Mao. He when he wanted to push communism or Maoism, basically Marxism, destroy the libraries, destroy truth, destroy culture, rip their statues down like they were doing in 2020, 2021. Just destroy everything. So there is no truth. There's nothing we can connect to and say, I'm a man. Because maybe I identify as a woman. So there's no truth. So protect women. Randy's a woman. You can put him in prison with women where I'm hurting women now. Where's the truth? Now we're not safe. Now our security's gone. Now it's just this big negative free for all, and no one knows what's going on. Here I come. I'm daddy government. I've come to save the day. All I need you to do is comply and do what I tell you to do, and I'll stop all this madness. And I think a lot of this comes from all this garbage. And yeah, I think Disney, and I think all of the trauma. And so we're all just discussing Hollywood and movies, TV, the cartoons, and I think I mentioned you guys already, Disney. And they come through with this Trojan horse stuff of Disney. It's cartoons. What do you guys like? You go in a room and I was with my nieces. They're I think 8 and 9, and we're watching. I don't these little birds, and the main bad guy in it had this little poison frog, and she's just the main bad guy. He's sleeping, and she's so flirtatious with the bad guy. She's like, I'm just so in love with you. And my brother-in-law comes in. He goes, oh, we can't watch this. This is And at first, I really didn't think about it. And then I thought about it. It's like, here's a woman showing little kids, oh, if you're in love with the guy, push up on him, even if he's asleep. It's hard for me to explain because you guys aren't seeing what I saw, but it was just, she's just rubbing on him and doing all this weird stuff. And I'm like, Jesus, this is what they're showing you kids? And that stuff was tame compared to this other stuff they show kids. It's like just wild stuff. Hope, so Bambi getting shot. We got so traumatized as kids. Like, they had a commercial. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? When we would leave home, it was, I hope you make it back. Our parents were like, I hope and I expect that you make it back home. Other than that, you're on your own. You're on your bike, you're thirsty, go drink from somebody's hose. You get a flat tire, walk 1.5 miles back to your house. What else? And I think the 80s, in my opinion, I think it was just the best of it. From Michael Jackson to the iconic people that we had. I still love 80s music. And the funny thing is, our kids and grandkids and all that other stuff, cherry bombs into singles. I think all of that stuff created who we are. Like, we're very independent. If you guys kind of notice, kind of that 80s, 90s, a little bit of 70s. Have you guys noticed they're not at war with us? Like, they're at war. So millennials and boomers are going at it. I think Gen Z is going at it with millennials. So all these generations are going at it. And Amy, you're an 80s kiddo. Good for you. Still the best music. Still just icons, icons, icons. I could still watch 80s movies and all of that good stuff. Around the early 90s, I think when culture started, it tried to start shifting. And what I think happened was the powers that be started trying to control where entertainment and the culture started going. And I think these things are too big for them. Like if you guys remember in the 80s, it was am I entertained or am I not entertained? Oh, that movie sucked, that movie was good. So when Star Wars came out, it was a huge, huge deal. I can wear an R2D2 and C3PO shirt, and it's iconic. Everybody knows what I'm wearing. I wear something from now. Oh, what's that? What are you wearing? Even the music. Some of these kids are like, oh, that song was from like 6 months ago. Come on, Eileen, all of that good stuff. Love it, love it, love it. To this day, after the show, I can go in my room and listen to all that stuff. So let's hit the media. So, oh, you know what? I'm gonna hit a few of the tools that they use, and they weaponize these tools. So diversity, it's cool, it's good. I'm black, this person's Hispanic, that person's white. It's cool. But diversity is not strength. That's complete nonsense. Strength is strength. Diversity of thought is strength. And how they will weaponize diversity, I want everybody in the chat to think about their family. You guys are emotionally, mentally, all of that diverse within your family. That's where your diversity in your family is. You guys might be Irish, you might be Jamaican, black. I don't know what you guys are. But your entire family is that thing. By saying, oh, diversity is our strength, it's actually an attack on the family if you want to look at it. Because these aren't good people. They're not saying diversity is our strength because they're good people. Like, there's always a lie with them. And, oh, so you don't want diverse groups and you don't want representation? Of course I do, dummy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you never see them say family is strength, focus on the family, things of that nature. And hope 60s kids is still cool. Still cool. You guys raised us, so I'm good with you guys. Circle of one, you got to tell me what Come On Eileen is going over. Weez, remember Y2K. 90s. Yeah. You know what, Weez? And the only reason I'm not saying RDE, Weez, I did see a change in 2000. It's kind of like when 2020 happened. It's kind of like this weird break of technology, and we just went into this different place. Because 2001, 9/11, and yeah, we just moved into time had shifted, it changed. Because if you guys remember, the 60s was the 60s. If people are wearing clothing or playing music, how many songs about Vietnam came out? And the Vietnam War and the hippie movement and all of that stuff. And then the 70s, whatever the 70s represented, so recognizable. Hey Kim, how you doing? The 80s, everybody knows what the 80s is. The 90s is kind of when like a lot of pastels and like the Bill Cosby sweaters and stuff like that. And then 2000s kind of went into this, it's kind of trying to find itself, I guess. And even the music, like a lot of kids are like, I don't know about this music. And they were listening to our music. They were listening to 60s music. They were listening to 80s music. Red Bike divorced in 2003, 4 years after me, 1999 for me. And then everything just became about Annie. Just the agenda, the narrative, identity, ideology. And I don't think we were really noticing it. I think it was still kind of innocent back then. And then it just really, 2020, they were like, brakes are off. We're going full crazy. Everything's just going to be nutcase time. Film, music turned to crap. Circle of One. I think what happened is we went from meritocracy, creativity, trying to put out good product to all the stuff. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but all of the stuff I've been talking about. What's the agenda? What are we trying to tell these people? And when you want to put out a good, so I love The Godfather, and I was watching some of the background stuff. I think Tom Hagen, he comes out, he starts to take his tie off to show, go ahead and kill our brother-in-law, like he's signaling, and it's the smallest little thing. That's great cinematography, or lighting, or I'm going to focus on your eyes, or what time of day it is, or the music, or panning in and panning out. Like everything is just crap. The food, our food is crap, and music is crap. And I'm not complaining. I love my life and I love everything, but someone said Doritos from the 80s tastes way better than now. I can't remember, but maybe Tom Hagen. Yep. Oh, wow. Yeah. Tom Hagen would get his own trilogy. For those who don't know, Tom Hagen was the Corleones. They found him, and he got adopted into the family. And I want to say he survived the entire trilogy. So I have my computer plugged in, and it is deciding it does not want to work. So the show might go for an hour. I'll do another good 17 minutes. Pammy, you haven't been on Facebook in 8 years. So I'm just going to talk to the chat. I'll just finish one more part of what I was saying, and then I'm going to talk to the chat. Pammy, you haven't been on Facebook in 8 years. I got off 8 years ago, too, because my online life started conflicting with my real life. So people called my mom and said he's spewing toxicity, because 2018 was my wake up. And a lot of people, they think, they think toxicity is, how do I say this? They think truth is toxicity. When you don't believe in the truth is toxicity to that person. I do not know how in the hell my computer decided it does not want to comply. Give me 1 second, gang. So, oh wow, Tom got killed in part 3. I did not know that. Pammy, so I was telling Ben about this when we were starting the show. I had a friend, she was cutting people off that she had known for 20 years and 30 years. And I was like, I can't lose you as a friend because you think I'm guilty of wrong think. And it's not wrong think. I'm not right wing. I'm not MAGA. It's just I can see what they've done with the left, liberals, and progressives. And I like to call them utopians. And the reason I call them utopians is because their most radical wing, they're Marxist, socialist, communist, all of that stuff. And for some of the ones there that are more moderate, they're held hostage to the ones who are their most radicals, as opposed to the right, where it's like, no, dude, we don't drop the N-word, and we don't do stuff like that. And we don't want the country to be all white. We want a country. That's what the US 80, like I was saying, is all about. Now, would I vote for these nut jobs? No, hell to the no. Am I happy they didn't get back in power? We'd be done for. We would be done for. Starbucks is leaving Seattle. That is a staple of who you guys are, but you're such nut jobs that Starbucks is leaving. Same with Chicago Bears is trying to leave Chicago. I can't even imagine who's leaving New York. Oh, Amazon left New York. And that goes to another one of my little acronyms, IROC. Impact, results, outcome, consequences. AKA, how is that working out for you? Your ideology is not working out in the long term. It's not going the way it's supposed to. So divorce yourself from it. I don't even know where I was going with that, but so US 80. Oh, I was closing out my little whatever, and I was just going to talk to the chat for the next whatever. So what we have going on is everyone's saying, "Oh, it's not two sides." At the top, maybe it's two birds of a feather, but at the bottom, we're not the same. We're not the same. We're not the same. I don't want a woman with a penis who rapes women going into a woman's prison. You guys do, and you think I'm evil because I don't want that. And I'm not saying the chat. I'm saying the people who think like that. We're not the same, and that's on the bottom. That's not even these goofy politicians. That's on the bottom. They're like, well, I know he murdered a woman, but whatever excuse I can give this guy, I can't ride with you. I can't, and I'm the bad guy for that. I'm considered the bad guy. So to close off, and I don't mean the show. I'm going to talk to the. I'll talk to the show. I mean the chat. I'm sorry. I'll talk to the chat. So for Annie, what you got on their side is you got crazy, stupid, evil, and compassionate. You got to let these guys do what they want to do, because I know they're hurting people, but we don't want to look like bad people. And then on the other side, you got lazy, cowardly, weak, and comfortable. And I'm guilty of that too. And I think people are starting to stand up. And you don't have to step outside your door and start shooting people. It's not going to be a civil war like that. Because your niece and your daughter believes in this crazy stuff. What are you going to do? Put a uniform on her and send her to the other side? How you fight this stuff is you stop supporting it. And we've done that. And Circle of One, we have stopped. We don't support this stuff. We don't watch their stuff anymore. We don't go to their movies. We don't worship them anymore. We're not buying their stuff. Speak out. Oh, I don't care. I do not care. I'm not supporting that thing. Your message, your movement, your mindset, I don't support that. I'm not with you on that stuff. So I'll just talk to the chat. Any questions? I would love to debate you. Your name went up, and I'm scared to touch anything. And here's my thing. There's a lot of stuff where I'm not 100% on. My convictions are, I'm not stealing from anybody. I don't believe in hurting people. I don't believe in innocents getting hurt. But with that, I'm done on that part. So I'll just chat. I'll talk to the chat. Also, I respect that you said us debating would be fun. I think so too, because I appreciate people who speak like you. You're not like, well, you're a dillweed and you don't know what the hell's going on. So Circle of One, that's the benefit of the Biden years. It was in everyone's face. Circle of One, you know what? Molly always says it's a runaway train. We have to jump off. So some people are like, I know I saw a guy kill a girl on a train, but I'm going to start a GoFundMe for the guy who killed the girl. When's enough enough? You're just going to stick with it? You're going to watch? I think Southern Poverty Law Center just got caught funding the KKK. You guys done already? Is enough enough? You're in the New York City outer borough union family. We've seen the control over our unions. Most of us, Obama, Dems, now trumpets. Thank you for your service in New York. I'm also a New Yorker. Recently went there. The city actually has a heavy feeling over it. Beautiful city. They always say as New York and LA goes, so goes the rest of America. What's beautiful about the US 80 is they're like, nah, we're not going there with you guys. You want to destroy New York, Chicago, LA, all of these cities? We're not going. And I'm actually proud of America. And I think America does have a resolute character, and I think there is something to Americans. And I honestly think Americans are beautiful, beautiful people. Circle of One, wrong way on a one-way track. Yeah, I definitely believe. I believe their agenda was to crash America the same way they crashed the UK. And I think the problem they're having is we're just not going along with it. Like it's not happening. We're not doing it. I think had they done this, I think what they're having is an ideology. I'm sorry, not an ideology. how do I say this? I think technology and their agenda is not linking up. Like we're seeing, don't believe your lying eyes. Fiery but mostly peaceful protests. It's not going to work for people who have a brain. These dummies who are all sold in, cool. Let them go at it. We're locked in. Whatever you say, Coach. I'll give you guys a great one. So I was protesting when COVID first happened, and I was told I'm stupid, I'm a granny killer, and I'm selfish. And I'm actually, I have a big heart, so that hurt. That actually hurt. I was like, oh, okay. And then here's what happened. The BLM protests started happening. The rioting, the looting, the protesting. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys, there were protests that were. And my issue was, I'm not even going to say BLM or reopen California. My issue was they said COVID doesn't affect the protests that we agree with, but COVID affects Sturgis and Patriot rallies, and it's at church and it's at schools and it's at family gatherings, but it's not at the weed spot, it's not at the liquor store, it's not at the Chicago Lollapalooza, it's not at the strip club. These are essential. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? And that wasn't part of my wake up. That was part of my confirmation. Like, oh, I didn't realize viruses work off your ideology. Hope the union jobs hold you there. Listen, I'm not anti. I love New York. I spent my entire childhood there. I left when I was 18, joined the Marines. I was gonna go back, but I'm getting letters from my friends. Oh, this one's in jail, and this one got killed, and all this other stuff. So, and I'm near LA, and LA is Jesus. It's crazy. Circle one, follow the arrows on the floor, or you kill grandma. Yeah. I still see people wearing masks. And here's what's so funny about utopians. They would love for COVID to come back. They loved being told what to do. No kings, no, my king. That's what they want. And I think the American people just have this sense of freedom. And it is a freedom versus safety thing. I'm not telling you ride your motorcycle at 100 miles an hour with no helmet. I'm saying if I want to go see Molly, I can go see Molly. I don't have to. I got kicked out of a Christmas party. Like really? My friend was telling me about the comorbidities and then you got Newsom having dinner with all of his friends. It was just stuff like that. And these people, they don't care. Southern Poverty Law Center gets caught funding the KKK. They don't care because, oh, they're on our side. Who, the KKK or the Southern? Newsom was eating at the French whatever, having dinner. I don't care. He's same as me. And they'll say, well, what about, dude, let one be wrong. I don't drink vomit because crap stinks. I don't know. Artie Weiss, wearing the masks by themselves. Yes, and yes. What are you doing? I saw during the peak. It was like right in the middle of it. This guy's at the beach. He's got a mask on by himself, and I was like, that stuff was worse than the whole. For me, it was. I got COVID 2 or 3 times, and I'm not saying it was okay. I'm just saying we just became. I don't want to think. Whatever CNN says, I'm going to do that. I don't know. I don't know. It was a wild time. And you know what's funny? They hate it. They can't stand. Can't you guys get over it? So a movie just recently came out, Eddington. I advise you guys watch it. It makes fun of all of the stuff that was going on from every side, from the conspiracies. They make fun of BLM. They make fun of COVID, the mandates, all of that. And people are super pissed because, let's keep it real, a lot of people act like complete a-holes, left their families alone, and did all kind of horrible stuff to people that they love. I'm not siding with some politician over my aunt who fed me when I was a baby or my mom. And I'm not built like that. But I think it goes back to what Circle One said and what Ben said before the show. I think it goes back to, how do I say this? Brainwashing, and we're programmed, and we think a certain way. And here's the thing: a lot of stuff I say might be incorrect. Go outside, touch grass, call your niece, take one of your grandkids wherever, and listen to them. Read them a book. That's the best one. Molly says she likes to follow mass people to the to the store to look in their car. Soda Oreos, very healthy. I'm gonna tell Molly something. So I had the craziest day during COVID. I called my doctor and they said, if you feel sick, stay home. Like, don't come to the hospital. And I said, well, I feel okay. I'm going to the bank. I go to the bank and the teller says, you can't come in here unless you put on a mask and gloves. I was like, do you want me to grab my gun too? Like, what? Dude, we just entered clown world. Someone said 2000 changes. I think 2000 and 2020. I don't know where we went or what happened. It's almost like we live in an alternate reality and we're still the same people from the 1980s. And I think that's why they get angry at us. I think because we're sane in a crazy world, they get pissed at us. And yeah, that Circle of One, that's why they call us racist, or they for all the stuff I've said, they'd call me a coon or a sellout. And I haven't said anything bad. I didn't say Obama was bad. I didn't say Trump was good. I didn't say anything bad about BLM, but I told the truth. And because I told the truth, I'd get called all of these names. And if I was a woman, I'd get called a pick-me. And if I was an immigrant, they'd say, oh, I hope they come and deport you. Like, dude, I haven't said anything bad. I don't want people getting hurt. That's all the stuff I said. The other stuff that I said is stuff we see. It's the impact of the stuff they've done, and it's the stuff we're seeing. Like, they can make all of the fun of me for, oh, you don't like Hollywood, you don't like this. No, you don't even like Hollywood. The people they make this stuff for, they're not even showing up for this garbage. So what else? So we covered New York. And chat, I was feeling a little black-pilled for a while. A lot of stuff that's going on. We can do another one of these. It's the State of this Union. But there's just so many of us. And I mean in a good way. Just people who are normal and natural. And ladies, we don't hate you. And black people don't hate white people. And a lot of white people do not hate black people. And we don't even hate illegals. We just come to the country the right way. And it's not, oh, I'm for the cops or all of these people are criminals. It's not that hard to do the right thing. It really isn't that hard to do the right thing. You pray when you see mass people, thankful it's not me, and hope they stop living in fear. Yeah, hope it was a fear campaign. It was nonstop fear porn. And I remember I'm just in my house and I'm watching TV. The death rates are up to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how come I'm not seeing any of this stuff? A lot of stuff the media talks about, a lot of stuff they talk about, I don't see it when I go outside. I do see the stuff they lie about. Oh, crime is down. Really? I just saw somebody screaming. I just saw somebody screaming. What do you mean crime is down? So don't believe their narratives. Believe what you're saying. Also believe your fellow whomever. What else? I always like it. I always like at the end, but it's already worth it. Appreciate that, Christopher. And here's the thing, chat. Just a little bit of house cleaning. If you're respectful, you guys can put whatever. Randy, I don't agree with such and such. That's bullcrap. Also, you guys are welcome on the show. I would love to have somebody I can bounce off of. Circle of One, all you guys, appreciated all you guys. And it was going to be a 2-hour show, but I am special needs, which is weird because I was a calibration technician, but I couldn't plug my freaking computer in the correct way. Listen, if you guys want, I can take this to my room, plug it in the wall there. It's not anything weird. It's just, it'll be under, if you guys want me to keep going, you can put a one. If you want me to end it in the next 5 minutes, you guys can go ahead and put your little emojis or your final thoughts or whatever. Oh, circle of one, bunch of ones. Let's see. Da, 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 da. This is so ghetto and unprofessional. You know what? Let's ride this thing until the wheels fall off. Anybody in the chat have anything, any questions, any comments, any concerns? And it doesn't even have to be about this. You could be like, I think chocolate cake is disgusting. Whatever. Just not sports. And the reason I say not, I don't know anything about sports. Bammy, is that a one? You'll fight anyone who doesn't like chocolate. I love chocolate cake, as you can see. So I'm going to go on until if it cuts off on us, it cuts off on us. And I sincerely apologize. This is my first one by myself. Kind of ish. So Molly was talking to me about, she said maybe you could mention chocolate carrot cake. Molly. Maybe. I mean, guys, oh God. Oh God. Gang. So, you know what? We're gonna be a bunch of rebels. We're gonna do the American spirit. We're gonna relocate this to where it works. Give me a sec, guys. I'll let you guys see some insanity. Don't worry, it's not gonna be anything weird. Well, anything weirder than it's been. So sorry, gang. Stick with your friend here. Stick with me. God damn it. If this is not the most ghetto. But thanks for your patience. Also appreciate and love you guys. Oh my God. Molly trusts me with her show and she's like, this is what you get up to? This is what I trusted you with? So, all right, gang. I'm so sorry. Won't happen again. All right, gang. So, I'm in my room. Just going to continue the show like this. Ugh. Oh, okay, she's charging. So, I think we got another 20 minutes. Sorry I got so dark. No racial jokes, guys. No racial jokes. So, where were we? Somebody mentioned chocolate cake. I wouldn't mind chocolate and maybe some caramel. Jesus. How's it going, guys? Give me I know. Jesus. Horrible. Just completely, completely unsatisfactory. Molly is definitely gonna punch me in the forehead for this nonsense. Oh, shoot. Can you guys still see me, or? All right, guys. Are you still seeing me? You mind giving me another one if you guys can still see me? All right, all right. You can see me. Okay, sorry about that. It was good knowing all you guys. I already know Molly's sending a hit team to come get me. I saw a Clinton van outside. I'm going to end up on an island. So, anyways, what else of note have you guys seen this week? We covered Southern Poverty Law Center. I'm not liking all of this little civil war these guys are having over foolishness and craziness. I think that's going to end horrible. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We need a strong left and we need a strong right. And when I say that, I mean we need balance. Because a strong left will keep the right from getting too crazy, and the right, Jesus Christ, the left is out of their minds. I couldn't even say that and keep a straight face. Like the stuff you guys get up to is insane. Like, what do you? We'd still be on lockdown if they were still in charge, or the borders would be wide open. Like just everyone would be here. Everyone would be in the country, and you'd be paying for it, and I'd be paying for it. We're pushing. I want to stop Shirley, Nick Shirley. I think that's the young man's name. He exposed all of that. What was it? There was a bunch of fraud in Michigan, and he exposed it. And he came to California, and they're like, "No, we don't want you exposing fraud." It's almost like, please come here and rob me. You're paying for that. Your tax dollars are paying for that. Like, it's that's what this is about. What else? What else? Yeah, Minnesota fraud. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Penalize citizen journalists. It's the censorship, the cancel culture, the banning, the all of the foolishness, and you've gotta like they see evil, and again they use Annie over the evil. Oh, it's about the identity. That's why you guys are mad. No, you guys stole a few $1 billion. Well, I feel, dude, you're out of your mind. Like, do things the right way, and a lot of the stuff doesn't happen. Like, I get it. We have a broken system. Don't continue down that road. Don't continue doing the craziness and the insanity that you guys are doing. Like just change it up. And when I say change it up, I mean don't don't continue to have open borders. Don't continue to coddle criminals. Don't continue to steal taxpayers' money. Going into stores and stealing everything, and no, I worked in these stores. I've seen what it does to the community. I've seen what it does to the workers, and you guys don't care. It's like, I don't care. Here's how I feel, and I love immigrants. I want immigrants to come here. My whole family's immigrants, but there's a right way to do things. And when you do stuff the wrong way, people get hurt. People get killed. All of this bad stuff happened because you guys said, "Oh, a border's an imaginary line." Stores are leaving because you're like, "Oh, crime is okay." People are hurting because you're like, it doesn't matter if they're defrauding taxpayers. No, this person's going to work and they're putting money in and they're paying for their lives. Don't do that to them. So with that said, we're done on all of that. Did I see BB? Haven't yet. Don't really believe in karma though. Dumpster fire emoji. Red bike. I just got this computer. I haven't had a computer I just been using my phone, and I actually have no excuse because I think it's a freaking crappy house. Who? What else? What else? We'll go back to what I said a few minutes ago. You guys got any questions? Whatever you guys want to talk about. Any of you guys got kids or seen? Oh, Hope. You said your husband and in-laws are green card immigrants. Listen, my whole family's from Trinidad, so I mean my entire family. I'm the second person born in America, so it's not a anti-immigration thing. I knew exactly what they were doing when they had the open borders. I already. You cannot say this is a racist country and then let in tens of millions of brown people without saying which one is it. Why is there two conflicting ideologies going on here? Unless you're up to something bad, and they were up to something bad. It was cheap labor. Let's exploit these people. Let's get a voting block. And Ben, yeah, the conspiracy is, it is. oh, saying replacement is racist. It's not racist. It's you're telling women, oh, having kids is horrible and having a family is slavery, and you're telling men, oh, just watch porn and OnlyFans and play video games, and we're gonna bring in a bunch of people to replace you. That these are humans. You can't. How you're treating them is evil. You're treating them wrong. Well, what? You're gonna go clean a toilet? Yeah, I'll clean a toilet. I clean my toilet. I cleaned toilets when I was in the Marine Corps. And that's not what they're coming here for. They're not coming here to clean your toilet. That's a disgusting way to look at people. You guys have illegal zombies in Texas now. Today, one of them grabbed a 3-year-old. Wow, and literally tried to eat her face. Um, the thing is, and I keep mentioning Ben, it's the Trojan horse theory. Yes, Grandma is coming from Venezuela to help, and Hector is coming to open a restaurant and do his thing and be a contributing member to society. But the people who are coming here to do bad things are coming here to do bad things. What are you letting them in for? And it's kind of like what they said during COVID. Isn't one death too many? Isn't one 3-year-old too many? And yeah, in a lot of cases, they emptied a lot of third world jails or insane asylums. And they did this in the 80s, actually, with, I think it was the Mariano boat lifts, where he said, let's empty out. The beginning of Scarface was kind of based on that, to where our local criminals were actually scared of these Cuban criminals because they were next level. And I did not say all illegals or all immigrants are criminals, but if there's a component that is, you have to safeguard. You don't just ignore it. The same way, oh, COVID doesn't kill everybody. It kills some people. So we dealt with that, right? You locked everybody down, including kids, and you wouldn't let them go to school or church or all this other stuff. So when it was something that was important to you, you handled it. Now that it's illegals and some of them have murdered women, you're like, it's same energy. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, they don't have any principles. They're not moored to anything. They have no truth. They have no conviction. They don't stick to anything. And when I say they, don't think I'm saying liberals and leftists. I'm saying all of the people who are just in lockstep with the narrative, with the establishment, with the institution. And that's 99% of these, I won't even say 99, maybe 88% of politicians. And then as far as us on the ground, when you just hear the latest whatever nonsense and you just, I'm going with it and I'm done with my family or whatever, you're one of the people I'm talking about. Let's go fight this war because threat to democracy. You know who's a threat to democracy? The people that was trying to censor us. The people who are like, I don't want to hear what you have to say. The people who are like, you can't work here because you have wrong think. The people who cut off family members. That's a threat to democracy. A media that lies. That's a threat to democracy. A Hollywood that leans a certain way and it's full of friggin' perverts. And I'm not laughing at the perverts. I'm laughing at it's just insanity. Right, and they call us racist. Artie Weiss, you know what is funny with these people? When you see someone and you say, I expect that person to think a certain way, that's how they're racist. And then when that person doesn't think that way and they want to drop the N-bomb and they want to, I'm allowed to think whatever I want. You're allowed to think whatever you want to think. And I've met white people who love rap. Cool, whatever. It is what it is. I collect action figures. Cool, it is what it is. It doesn't make me a coon or a sellout or buck dancing or whatever. I'm a dinner table issue guy and I'm a realist. Like, no, you don't get to hurt a woman and I'm on your side because we share a skin shade or a political party or any of this other nonsense. No, Biden, you don't get to. She accused him of touching her. And you said believe all women. And I don't even think she was lying. You're not even going to investigate? So, don't even know what my point was. Other than you said getting called racist. And here's what I think. I think when they call you racist, I think you actually had a good point, and that's all they could come up with. What do you mean, you people? I don't know if you're referring to Tropic Thunder, one of the funniest movies ever. What else? What else? And sorry to go off on these. No, I'm not sorry about anything. I'm gonna vent and I'm gonna rant because I'm in a mood now. So I think I'm gonna cover who's doing all this stuff. You guys know who's doing all this stuff? It's a bunch of little organizations, and they're not even cool with each other. A lot of people are like, oh, it's just one big. It's the World Economic Forum. It's the CDC. It's the WHO. No, there's tiny little groups, and I don't even know who they are. I just know they don't fly first class with us. You don't see them at the airport. They're doing their thing, and they're pulling all the strings, and they're making this thing happen and that thing happen. And I think we as Americans, I think what's powerful about us is we are the 300 million that are standing against all these other countries have fallen. I've visited countries and they're like, this is what they did to us during COVID. And this is what happened with us in the last presidential election. And I think we as Americans are like, no, we're not doing this. No, we're not signing on. And that's why they're trying to destroy us so they can push New World Order and all this other garbage. And, oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. That's what you're thinking. You're thinking this. Yes, yes. Vaccine passports and facial recognition software and gait recognition software. And you know what? I'm wrong. I'm tripping. They don't want to control us, and they don't. The reason they wanted to give you a shot to make you feel better for free, even though they're a company that makes money when people are sick, it's because they love you. That's why. That's why the billionaires that you hate and you say are greedy did that, because they love you. That's why a country that you say is racist let in tens of billions of people. Either they're racist or they're going to do bad things to those people. You guys got to wake up. That's the agenda. I want to control other people. Not me, but that's their thing. And then when I say this stuff, it's no, I get milk from the corner store. It's so much bigger. The thing that we have on our side, everybody in the chat, is their stuff is based on lies. Like I said, they're evil people. Their soldiers are mostly stupid people and crazy people. And that's why we're going to win. And that's why we're winning. And I know it seems dark and I know things are going bad. And it's like, oh, God, another. Because it's not about the politician. It's actually about us. And again, another acronym SCP. Spiritual, cultural, political. Our spiritual condition affects our culture. And our culture affects politics. And by spiritual, I mean, are you a good person? Are you a decent person? Are you looking out for other people? Are you a good neighbor? All that good stuff. And then our culture becomes, oh, I don't want to see a 16-year-old twerking with no clothes on. Netflix cuties, that degenerate show they had on. Yeah, exactly. And then that becomes, so that culture of negativity or positivity becomes, are men and women protesting in the 50s with their Sunday best on? Or is it 2020 where people are wearing clothes that look like they're terrorists and they're firebombing and murdering old black men? 77-year-old Donner, a black man who's protecting a black-owned business, got murdered. Which culture are we choosing? The ones waving flags and fighting for a place in America, or I'm going to hurt a bunch of innocent people to get my point across? And then it becomes politics. And then who do we get? You get a Gavin Newsom. You get a Nancy Pelosi. You get an AOC. You get a Biden. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's about where we are. And again, I think that's what makes America this. That's what makes America amazing and beautiful. I'm a lead farmer, mother effer. Circle of One, you did see it. Circle of One, I couldn't watch that movie in one sitting because I was laughing too hard. Circle of One, the reason they're wearing dinosaur costumes is so that they have an innocent look. The image, they claim to not be the violent ones, and they showed who they are. So now it's They moved away from that. You cancel Netflix. I also canceled most of my Netflix was 80 to 90% either demonic or sexual confusion or agenda based or a lot of agenda based stuff. Like even one of the shows was these elites are hiding in a underground cavern. Stuff they've actually been building. Obama and Susan Rice were Netflix board members. I believe it. BLM, except David Dorn. Exactly, Red Bike. You know how many little black kids I saw get murdered? Nothing. That's why I can't hate the media enough. I cannot hate the media enough. Oh, you don't fit the agenda? We don't care. So stop saying what you're saying. Yeah, so when cops tackle a kid in a dinosaur costume, it becomes a fake news clip. Yeah, yeah. Again, you want to come in under that Trojan horse. You want to look like, oh, I'm sweet and nice and innocent, so and so. And when you attack me, oh, you attacked a guy in a clown costume? What's wrong with you? And I'll even give you guys this. There was a cop who would whisper, and then like whoever he was talking to would attack him or do whatever. He's like, I wasn't doing anything. Same concept. Like I'm just here in a dinosaur costume, and look what they've done to me. Netflix is garbage. Absolutely. I had no idea how bad Netflix was concerning just their propaganda. Like the huge propaganda wing of just garbage. Um, I should rephrase that. All TV is garbage. Oh, yes and no. There's a lot of shows that don't go along with the agenda. I'll give you guys a good one. So I think in the movie The Purge, the guy's got on like he's got American flag on his hat. He's got his glasses on. He's staring down at the protagonist, who, by the way, he could be anybody. So he could be English or Mexican or Canadian and it's that like globalist, I'm a blank slate. And he's the American and he's the bad guy. He's just the evil, how do I say this? You're the American, you're the bad guy. You're the Christian, you're the bad guy. You're the preacher, you're the bad guy. Look at the results. So Netflix has been bleeding. Oh yeah. Anyone who connects to any of this stuff crashes and burns. What Ben and Jerry's, Netflix, political parties. Even if I don't care who or what you are, you could be a church, you could be the Republican Party, you could be the Democrat Party. If you connect to this stuff, you will die because it is poison, whether it be a school or family or whatever. What else? What else? The sleuth. Oh, Molly the sleuth. It's slow Friday for me. So to wrap all of this stuff up, I'll end on this. I'm really sick and tired of the this mini little civil war. I think it's Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and a few of these other guys, and then oh yeah, Charlie Kirk's wife. Like they're all going at it, and I'm not angry at any of them. I'm angry that this stuff is going on because at the end of the day, we have a country to save, and on a larger platform, we have a country. I'm not a country, a planet to save. Because where America goes, when and if we crash and burn, the rest of the planet does too. So if it goes bad for us, it's going to go bad for everyone. And you can't let you can't let nut jobs in charge. It can't be. It can't go there. So I don't like ending on a bad note. What's one of you guys' favorite movies, and then I'll see how knowledgeable I am about. And I no longer follow Hollywood. I can't remember who said it. TV sucks. I don't even watch TV anymore. I watch YouTube and I watch the weirdest stuff now because it's all of their goofy politics and it doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, I already know who the murderer is because you guys hate Christians or you hate whatever, whatever. Flat Earth, Randy. No, I believe we're an ellipsoid. Or I think I'm saying that right, wrong. I think we're kind of like egg shaped. OG Clash of the Titans with Medusa, Molly Sleuth, seen it. Scared the hell out of me. Those guys getting turned into. But I think it was kind of cool that he used his mirror to kill her. Wild at Heart, Conan I liked. The black young lady in that show was actually hurting people with her, like hurting the other characters. Aliens, yeah. Oh, the thing, Weiss, we got to talk. So the thing is the original AI. I can't trust anybody. I don't know who the thing is. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is fake news. I don't know what's happening. Just recently saw the thing. The huge debate is who was the thing at the end. What else? Come on, guys. You tested me, but that's only like what 3 or 4 movies. Wild at Heart. That's the only one. Blade Runner. Jesus. Tell me that wasn't. That called out a whole bunch of stuff. Synthesoid people. Who's not a real person. Xanadu. Yeah. I like the women in Xanadu. Hope. You're a flat earther. I don't. We've been lied to about some. I'm going to tell you guys something really weird. I don't think we went to the moon. Only the OG Blade Runner though. The new Blade Runner, I couldn't get through it, but the old one, yeah, that was. Jeez, you're hunting down people, well, synthetic people, and then do they have? And sometimes I'm like, are these nutcases that we're running around with? Are they? What did they actually call the people that they were? I don't know. Back to Hope, the flat Earth. You got me on that one. I believe in some stuff, but flat Earth, I don't know. Replicants, yeah, they were called replicants. I love that. I wonder if Edward James Olmos was also a replicant. But it's funny, he knew that whatever Blade Runner's name, he knew he was one. Circle One, I'm impressed with your knowledge of movies. And I'm a nerd. I tried to give the new one a chance. Nick Cage, William Dafoe in the cast. You know what's funny? I could watch old Nick Cage stuff, and then when I saw that what his acting style is, he lost me on it. William Dafoe, amazing actor. David Lynch, I'm not familiar. No, we didn't go to the moon. We can't get past the firmament. I can believe that. I'm flat Earth. I'm just not on it like that. I just you can't convince me we went to the moon. No, we didn't go. Challenge of the Lady Ninja is pure cinema. Didn't see that one. Challenge of the. You know what? I'll give it a watch. Well, I'll try to give it a watch. What else? What else, guys? So I'm gonna end on this. But Molly was talking to me about the manosphere and what, and she said, did I want to give it a mention? So the manosphere is kind of a answer to what's going on with a lot of stuff that's going on with women. Here's my thing, and I'm not a sexist, but what I believe is men and women both have a duty. I don't think just men have a duty, but I think men, I think evil, stupid, crazy men defeated good men, and I think good men were weak, lazy, comfortable, and all the other stuff I said, and they just kind of, and I think they used all of these different channels, like they used a lot of these movements that were good movements, and they corrupted them, and they just used them to, so we hate men now, and I think Men went their own way. They opted out, passport bros, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But we'll probably cover that on another show. But I think something's going on with all of us. I think black people have stuff going on in just our community by ourselves. White people have a million things going on. Even left and liberals are fighting each other. Like white leftists and white liberals are fighting each other. Of course, you see what's going on with white conservatives. You have Trumpers, you have MAGA supporters, you have Trump voters, you have Republicans. And I was explaining to my friend, he said, "Oh, what's the difference? Aren't they?" No, they're not all the same. The same way you have on the left. I don't care what they tell me. I'm just doing whatever they tell me. And no, I'm not saying that's what MAG is. I'm saying, me personally, I think all of us are just US. I mean, I'm sorry. I think 80% of us are US 80, and I think the other 20% are the nut jobs that you see at the beach, wearing or in their car by themselves with a mask on. So that's what I think is going on with those cats. What else? What else? What else? So, funny thing right now, I think we're living in 1984. I think we're living a brave new world. And I think we're living in Animal Farm. And why I think that is, I think all of this double talk and these double thoughts and all this other stuff is why we're able to do all of this foolishness we're doing. Bammy, I can't believe you're watching NFL. I'm just messing with you. Appreciate you, Bammy. In the 60s, your grandmother told you the globe was a new world lie. I have no idea. I know Molly's dad was a airline pilot, and that would mean he would have had to lie to her for all these years. And yeah, you guys talking about this movie? Don't think I'm not seeing it. I think I'm gonna have to go watch it. Funny story concerning me. So, Tropic Thunder. I would advise you guys go watch. Hilarious movie. Robert Downey Jr. is in blackface, and cancel culture came for him years later, and nobody cared. And what what happened was, it kind of just shows this world, weird world that we now live in, where certain people can do certain things and certain people can't, and that's not a just world. And I said all this, the nice things I said about America. I'm gonna say a few mean things, like you can't have it where I got to do all this stuff for my house. Like I have to sign all this stuff. I got to insure my car and pay this and go to the store and pay. And oh, I'm just gonna shoplift all of the meat I need from my taco shop, my street taco vending that I got in front of your business. Like that's not gonna work. Never go full retard. Love that. Also like that word, and I like I like that we're bringing that word back. Matter of fact, bring all of those. Well, not all of them. Bring a lot of those words back. You know what, Red Bike? A lot more of these guys are gay than a lot of them. A lot of them, especially like Pedro Pascal. I think he's done some stuff. I said I think. Why is he in everything? Like, is he that talented? So, all right, gang. It's 5:35. If you want another one of these, I'll do one. I really thank Molly for giving me a chance. I'm so sorry about the technical difficulties. We were on 30 minutes early just to make sure none of this stuff happened. Big shout out to Ben. You guys are a load of fun. Circle of One, you got to come on the show. Man, your knowledge of movies and stuff. Whoever said they wanted to debate me, absolutely. Thank you for being respectful. Red Bike, you said Bernie also made you think he was gay? I don't, which Bernie Sanders or Weekend at Bernie's Red Bike? And Red Bike, thank you also. Love all you guys in the chat. Hope you guys come on. And here's the thing. don't take any of my stuff out of context. A lot of it's my opinion. A lot of stuff is also just the truth. Thank you, Circle of One. A weekly show would be nice. My schedule's all over the place. Oh, and an embarrassing story about Molly that you haven't heard yet. Oh my God, I got this great story. This one time at band camp, I'm kidding. So Molly is actually not the embarrassing one. I'm the one who does. I would drink 2 beers at Molly's house. We're planning to go out, and I'm completely passed out. I mean, she has all the plans in the world, and I'm just knocked out. But she's such a good friend. She just took care of me. And then I actually do have an embarrassing story about Molly. We went to, I think it was a People's Convention, and she's got on like it's this little, my God, a pin, and it's got like Trump hair coming out of it, kind of making fun of Trump. She's dressed like a patriotic toddler, like she's got on this whole getup. We're getting on the elevator. This white lady and her cuck husband, they're getting on with us, and she goes to Molly, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, here we go. I can already feel it." And I think there was another young man on the elevator with us. And Molly's a way better storyteller than me, so when she does her next show, we'll revisit it again. So we're getting on the elevator, and this lady is cursing at Molly, and she's saying all this horrible, crazy stuff to Molly. They get off, incident's over, and there's like this, he's like a young man and he's like, "I just don't want any problems with you guys." And I'm like, this is the garbage that I'm talking about. The lady attacks Molly, but Molly and I, we're the problem. Because your feelings got hurt, because we have wrong think, and Molly's voting for her and supporting the wrong guy. She's the problem, and then your weird black friend in the corner. He's the issue. I just want to get out. And I swear to God, he's like hitting the button. He's like, what's my floor? And I'm like, Jesus, Molly, where are we? And everybody else at this thing was cool. Like we saw so many people. We actually saw Charlie Kirk. We talked to, I think they were two Ethiopian cops. And Molly told them something really cool. She was like, "We were partners too on the police department." She said, "Make sure you guys take pictures." Between Molly and I, we had one picture. Like we've known each other forever, and we had one picture. One. Again, hope. I need my own show. I gotta give props to Molly. She's the one working on it. She computer, technical support, everything, and it's still managed. I'm not even saying mess it up. This is part of the growing process. And I swear to you guys, I'm not like all these other people that are. I want all of us to go into this together. It's not the Molly Sloof and Randy show. It's our show. It's this the America that we save is going to be our America, and it's the America of fairness, justice, all of that positive stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's what patriotism is. It's listen. If I leave my car outside and it's unlocked, you don't get to steal it. It's super simple. Nothing crazy. Again, love all you guys. Circle of One, I really appreciate your support. Red Bike, Artie Weiss, I hope you continue to watch the show. And you know what, guys? Just be respectful of each other. Seek to kind of understand, why does that person think like that? That's all. Seek to understand. And I mean, they might be out of their mind. But kind of seek to understand. Oh, well, you are trying to protect your family. And realize this, all of us, left, right, liberal, conservative, MAGA, everybody can feel something's wrong, and everybody's trying to fix it. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So, with that said, Molly does a weekly show on Friday. Her socials are mollysleuth@gmail.com. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Mine is Joe Black 210 678 492 833. The Devil Wears Prada. All right. Have a wonderful weekend, y'all. Peace.